get the sorts of numbers I think we'd all hope that we'd get, but certainly those who are here are going to thoroughly enjoy tonight's event.
They will indeed. Historic event it is too, Masters football. We're all excited to have Liverpool and Manchester United Masters. Wherever you're watching around the world, I trust you will be entertained. And if the five-a-side tournament in Adelaide is anything to go by, where Liverpool scored a dramatic equaliser with less than 2 seconds on the clock in the final against the Socceroos Masters to take it to 3-3, then to penalties, and David James, he stood firm in the shootout as well. He was in great touch. I was more concerned that he had taken a bit of a knock in that first game, the elbow, playing on the hard court. But he's fit to play, and he certainly enjoyed his time playing some AFL footy kicks that he had.
Yes, I believe they were over at the Richmond Football Club, AFL Club today, and doing a cross-coat promotion. Not today, sorry, yesterday. And I think the intrigue of the wonderful game of AFL is always with the foreign players who first turn up and get exposed to it. They can't quite work it out. In fact, at 47 years of age, Andy, I still can't quite work it out sometimes. But nevertheless, it's good to see them mixing. And I know with a few of the AFL friends that I have that they very much appreciate the EPL, the English League, and I think some of the Storm players and some of the AFL players are here tonight as well.
Oh, excellent! Did you manage to see any of them?
No, I didn't. I haven't seen any of them tonight.
You were at a pre-match function?
Yes, pre-match function. As you mentioned earlier, my company actually sponsors the apparel, so I was trying to do the right thing and look after some guests.
The strips look fantastic.
Yes, they do actually. Yeah, a pretty proud moment. But the important thing is tonight that the players enjoy themselves and they turn the skills on, and we get to appreciate some good football.
I think we will. I definitely think we will. You know, when you look at these players, the calibre of players that are out there, we can flood you with statistics. And in a sense, sometimes it's sad that sport is based around statistics by so many, but there are breathtaking statistics out there. And if, just say for argument's sake, if we look at David James.
Yes.
I mean...
unbelievable. You know, to speak to an AFL player or a rugby league player and say that, this player has played 572 games, EPL games, and that's not
fourth on the list.
Fourth on the list, yeah. That's not including any national team games, World Cup games, World Cup qualifiers, nor is it including any friendlies as well.
It's over 950 professional games.
Unbelievable.
And more recently, David James was player manager of the Kerala Blasters in the Indian Super League in season number 1 of 2014. I know that league well, having commentated up there for 2 years. So we just wonder what sort of pace the game. I'm expecting a lot of skill, as you no doubt will, as Berger. And you can see there's already a bit of room for the players to just get a touch, get a bit of confidence. And already Liverpool maintaining possession very well from the start. And now the first attempt is a quite healthy one, and he will be a handful tonight, won't he?
Yes,
Luis Garcia.
Yes, definitely Luis Garcia, who the Australian public will be familiar with. For me, he doesn't look like he's lost any of his skill. He may have lost a yard of pace, but in terms of his skill, he's unbelievable still.
Let's remember Lewis was only playing in our A-League as a guest player with Central Coast Mariners last year, 10 appearances.
Yeah, of course.
Now it's the turn of Manchester United, although one of the players has just fallen over on the far side.
Andy, I think there might be a sniper in the crowd, mate.
That was, I'm not sure whether it was Cleberson. I think it was Cleberson who's playing on the right side. Fortune should be playing on the left.
Yeah, well, Cleberson is probably one of the most decorated players, having won a World Cup. But he's probably the quietest player on the tour. You know, he just keeps to himself. He's very humble. and a real gentleman.
McManaman dropping to receive, and it's a good ball for Berger. Space for Garcia. Nice little turn, and the touch, well, some comments from the crowd, but no problems at all. I like the way Patrick Berger plays his football, and he was exciting to watch in that five-a-side. Garcia, I expect him to score tonight. I mean, his scoring in recent weeks has been fantastic in the indoor game for the for the Spanish team, I should say, the Star Sixers in London. He was equal second top scorer. 12 countries played. Spain beat Brazil in the playoff for third. He scored 6 in that tournament, and 5 goals on Saturday for Liverpool, which is a pretty healthy effort when you consider that's 4 games.
Yeah, very, very exciting player to watch. I think the pace tonight, Andy, will be a little slower than what it was on Saturday. Obviously, the pitch is a lot bigger, but I think as the game goes on and these legs of these players warm up a little bit, they'll start getting into the game a little bit more.
Well, the rivalry we've often talked about since our coverage began. There's nothing that's been out of the ordinary in terms of a controversial moment in a sense of a challenge for the ball. We're talking about seasoned professionals here.
Not yet, Andy. I think
not yet.
You give it a bit of time. Well, I think once the team scores, and we've got an attack going on here.
Yeah, Berger playing it down the right side for Kromkamp, who's staying on in Australia with his family. He's got a camper van booked tomorrow, and in tow with his 2 young children. Had a good chat with Jan on the team bus, sat next to him. He is a former teammate of Jason Kalina at PSV. That was post his career
with Liverpool.
Yeah, but he's coming up to Sydney, driving up the coast.
Oh, he's going to enjoy that.
Certainly.
And what a way to travel as well, playing football and seeing the world on a different level, less pressure with the family. Must be fantastic for him.
Gillespie has got the ball on his left. Is Clayton Blackmore, one of the originals, you could say, Blackmore. I mean, he had a rich career at Man U.
Andy, I didn't realise he actually played in Alex Ferguson's first game.
Team.
Yeah,
and he played with Mark Schwarzer. He talked about that. I had the joy of interviewing him today at the Community and Business event. But now the overlap is on for Manchester United. The numbers, well, they're in the box. Saha's got his hand up deep in the box there, and next to him was Gillespie, who was free. But now there is the first attempt from Cleberson. You picked him earlier.
Yeah.
He looks fit enough to continue playing, doesn't he?
He looks young enough as well. He's a baby face, and as I said, he's
only 38.
38. Fantastic.
So 2 attempts in the game so far. We saw Garcia's attempt, but well controlled by Paul Rajubka, and James not tested there.
I think they're still easing themselves into this game, but you start seeing a few overlaps happening.
Kromkamp, he'll keep it in. A good low ball inside, Garcia for Berger, and it's well read. It was well read. Good work. Touch down the line for Lee Martin. Cleberson again covering a bit of ground already. Saha, want to see a bit of the famous Frenchman tonight.
I think Saha, as the game goes on, Andy, I think Saha will get more into the game. He was unbelievable on Saturday in the indoor format.
He's particularly when tightly marked, his turns, his speed, his control.
Frightening.
Blackmore, that's a better ball low. Unlucky. That move almost paying off. Gillespie was inside trying to lay it off for Cleberson. With the danger now of the counter-attack. Fabio Aurelio linking up down the left channel where Heskey is. Here is Fabio Aurelio, the first Brazilian to sign at Anfield. Kept in by Karel Poborski. He was another player who shone in the five-a-side game. And look at his pass. Pinpoint. Gleberson. Another great ball. Blackmore. Sahar's only ahead of him there, so he's waiting for the support. Gillespie. Sahar, look at that tight marking.
Well read.
Down goes Patrick Berger. Play will continue.
Jemba always a smile on his face even when he tackles you, Andy.
Yeah, he's been very popular down under.
Yeah.
McManaman, he's seeing a lot of the ball, and so he should be. What a decorated player for both club and country.
Yeah, I think, Andy, you know, here in Australia we think of McManaman, we automatically think of Liverpool, but he had an unbelievable career, an unbelievable transition at Real Madrid, and there's not many English players who've been successful, or British players who've been successful on the continent, and he's certainly one of them.
Well, you know, in that 4-year period, 7 titles he was part of, including a couple of Champions Leagues, as Heskey comes, but Chubka gets there. There's concern now for Lee Martin, who's down.
Yeah. At 49 years of age, I think it just takes him a little bit longer to get up from those tackles.
But a really lovely man. You know, his career at Man U went for 6 years, from 88 to 94. He actually scored a goal in an FA Cup replay in 1990, a 1-0 win.
So against
Crystal Palace, wasn't it?
Yeah, Palace, yeah.
But for those of us of my era, I'm in my 50s, we grew up watching the Martins and so on, and you think back, and it's the same around the world, and I know that we've got a stack of people watching in China. Back in the day, all we had was 1 hour of highlights out of the UK in the 70s and 80s. And
match
now,
of the day.
Yeah, we have the benefit now of watching every Premier League game.
Yeah, I mean with the
everyone live.
That's right. With the internet coming on board and the live streaming and then the pay-per-view stuff, which has really pushed the game of football and sport in general to a different level. You know, we're blessed that we might have some late nights, but we can watch just about every game that's been played.
And more importantly, for those of us in Asia, we're getting to see Premier League clubs come as McManaman comes towards the Man United defensive ball to Cromkamp was a little bit astray. But we saw Didi Harmon, the number 16, love watching him play. That ball from Michael Thomas was cut out. So it's all up to Man United as yet. We're just past the 10-minute mark. There's no goals here at Amy Park in Melbourne. And Saha, there's that turn. And there's that shot. James, well and truly well positioned, but the danger of Louis Saha.
I just, you know, that trademark drop of the shoulder and turn is still working for him. And he just, you know, he's going to be dangerous as soon as he gets the ball.
He averaged 1 goal in just under 3 appearances per appearance for Man United over a 4-year stint, close to 100 appearances in the Premiership, 86 in the Premiership, but now United can build again. Eric Jemba. Gillespie. Saha. And the turn by Clayton Blackmore. Gleberson waits for the overlap. And a good pass back from the number 3. It was Lee Martin. And now the
shot.
corner.
Oh, good save.
Absolutely brilliant save.
Great strike, great build-up.
It was the perfect build-up, the best move of the game on 12 minutes. And David James pulls out an absolutely brilliant save. That was quality in the build-up, quality in the attempt, and you've got to pay credit to Clayton Blackmore, who is a professional golfer now.
Oh, interesting. I didn't realise that.
Yes.
That's probably why they play so much golf. But in just going back to that chance there, Cleverson, although Liverpool are here on the attack, Andy.
This is the danger of the counterpunch. Look at that touch by Heskey for Garcia, and just a bit too much on it.
The chance Man U had there, it all started from that overlap from Cleverson, and then it was a great ball into Clayton Blackmore. A shot and a fantastic save by David James.
But there is the danger of the Liverpool side. They can come back at you very quickly, and it was just eluding Garcia, who made the run. So it stays at 0-0 here at, well, they call it the Melbourne Rectangular Stadium. We know it more as Amy Park.
Amy Park, yes.
I think that's in our mindset now. But it's a lovely compact stadium.
Fantastic stadium to watch football. No obstructions. Every seat in the house has a fantastic view. It's classed as a boutique stadium. But once the crowd comes in, we're going to attack here on the right. Manchester United.
Dangerous ball by Lee Martin, and Gromkamp was there to clear.
It's good to see, Andy, the young kids coming in as well, watching the game. Probably don't know a lot of these players apart from what their parents may have told them.
He's a real showman, isn't he, Quinton Fortune? He plays it well. South African international. Here he is. What's the delivery like? It's not too bad at all. And that was a very important header away by Fabio Aurelio. Now Garcia trying to ignite his team with Diddy Harmon. The numbers are certainly there now for Liverpool. McManaman's coming inside.
It's a good break.
That's a great ball for Heskey. It's just eluded him though. We had the rain before the game, so you can see it's affecting it.
Yes, definitely.
The ball's taking off. It's just skidding away.
Andy, this pitch plays pretty fast anyway, and the rain certainly would help the pace of the game. But I don't know whether it's going to help these guys.
Well, you've been here so many times. I mean, you're coaching Melbourne Victory, the goalkeepers there, and you had a string of absolutely brilliant goalkeepers, including more recently, of course, Mitch Langerak.
Yes.
Moss, Langer, there's a stack of Pekovic.
Yeah, Pekovic. I worked with Michael Theo as well, Eugene Galakovic for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, certainly my time at Victory was fantastic to be involved in a professional club. And I spent a lot of times working the keepers hard, Andy, on this field.
Well, the pace of the pitch, you can see it. There's been 2 or 3 instances, hasn't it, where the ball just takes off.
Takes off, yeah.
15 minutes into this match, no goals here in Melbourne.
But plenty of excitement so far.
The Battle of the Reds. Berger from distance. Well, worth the effort. Patrick Berger, he knows his way to goal. We've seen that for both club and country. A man who has secured 6 trophies at domestic level, and of course we saw what he did with Czech Republic. He was a phenomenal player.
Yeah, look, I rated him as probably one of the best midfielders going around in his time. Exciting player to watch. I remember the long flowing hair. Exciting player to watch, and whenever he got the ball, you know that something was going to happen.
Well, when you were playing in the UK, you had the opportunity to play at Anfield and Old Trafford.
Anfield, yes. Old Trafford, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to participate there. But you know, the question was asked today about what it's like playing in front of the Cop. I can tell you firsthand, it's intimidating. It's an intimidating arena, an intimidating feeling. and I was only sitting on the bench, Andy. So it was one of my fondest memories, I must say, though.
It's an iconic location in world football.
Yes, definitely.
But you look at the history of these two clubs, even you know, in terms of the premiership. In recent times, it's been interesting, hasn't it? Because you've seen a little bit of a change in recent times where Liverpool have only beaten Man United once in their last 8 contests. And we did see 2 seasons ago, Liverpool knocked out Man United in the round of 16 of the Europa League. But last year, there were 2 draws last year. But both are playing in Europe, and that's what we all expect.
Yes.
It's just almost a natural occurrence that these teams have to be playing.
It does, yeah, it is, you're right, Andy, and Liverpool, especially Liverpool, lately are starting to make a claim for themselves again as being one of the best teams in the EPL, and they're what you would class as probably a building phase again, but certainly they're getting to be exciting to watch again and a real threat in any of the competitions that they're playing in.
They're building well this off-season. We've already seen that with Liverpool, Salah, Solanke, talk of Kieta from Leipzig, all the paper talk, but they won the Asian EPL trophy in Hong Kong, beating Leicester 2-1. They've got Hamburg on Saturday in a friendly, and their first game in the Premiership will be away at Watford. And conversely, Man United have got the UEFA Super Cup to look forward to against Real Madrid on August 9th, and 5 days later, West Ham at home in the Premiership. So a busy pre-season for both clubs. And for the Masters at the moment, it's been busy here at AB Park, but no breakthrough goal yet. Decisive interception by Bjorn Tore Kvame, the Norwegian.
Here we go.
Heskey, when that was played, close, Steve.
I think it was close, but I would say he was offside.
The assistant referee on our side of the pitch, Andrew Memberakis, put his flag straight up. Talking of officials, Adam Bavkar, he's only 23 years of age, the man in the middle, but is the 2016 Victorian Referee of the Year. That is an amazing achievement.
It is, yeah. Such a young age. He obviously holds himself well, and he's doing a good job tonight.
So is Quinton Fortune. Now Keith Gillespie. The man who almost broke through, Blackmore. Fortune finds Blackmore. He's trying to squeeze inside of Cromwell, but the flag was up for offside.
Offside.
It's difficult to say how many people are in this stadium at this stage of the game, because there's so many in front of us in the commentary position that the viewers can't see. It's pretty full in front of us. I'm not sure what's above us as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether the stands above are opened. I mean, I don't think the rain helped at all. If someone was not undecided and saw that rain coming down an hour before the game. But certainly the fans who are here are starting to become a little vocal. And we can see a few banners either end behind the goals. And I'm sure if they continue this, there's a chance coming in.
And Fortune gets it away from the danger zone. Young Kronkam back now for Michael Thomas. Berger gets it back from Didi Hamann. Garcia drops. He's tempted to take on Gillespie, but Gillespie positioned himself so well. In a tangle with 2 players around him, Heskey and then Garcia. McManaman waits for the overlap. Fabio Aurelio. We know what sort of delivery he can produce. Heskey. Is he looking to line up? He's not.
Yeah. Keeping possession well.
The Dutchman whips in a nice ball, and Wes Brown heads it clear. Saha, closely monitored by Kwame. Now Saha again. Garel Poborski. Poborski's made a run down the right channel, but they'll play it back inside for Eric Jemba, African Nations Cup winner with Cameroon. Now Blackmore, who has come the closest to scoring tonight. 22 minutes into this fixture here. Masters football. Good option by Fortune. Poborski for Saha. And again, just a little bit too much on it. We're seeing a change. A change about to be made.
I think this is this interchange, Andy, as opposed to...
Yes, it is.
Giving themselves a chance to recover.
So Gray coming on for Gillespie. Michael Gray.
Gillespie limping a little bit.
Yeah, he does. Doesn't look good at all. So we'll see what position Gray moves into. Virtually a straight swap. Although Blackmore is shifting into more of a central role. So maybe Gray will hold the left flank in front of Fortune, who's suddenly dropped into a left back position now. It's almost like 4-4-1-1 with Saha at the pinpoint of the attack.
Yes, that's right. Blackmore just in behind. He's probably sitting a little bit deeper than normal without the ball, but I would say that he'd take up a more of an advanced position.
It could be a 4-5-1.
Yeah, I think Blackmore, although he's...
Look at him, he's defending now.
In his box. He might be taking it upon himself to... here we go. Oh, good shot.
And that's taken a deflection.
It has. Heskey. Great shot by Heskey.
Good positioning, by the keeper. You'd be happy with that?
Yes, yeah. Well, I can never pronounce his name right. Andy? Rachubka's... he's still looking for a contract, from what I understand.
He's only 36.
He's 36, living in England. And he's using this tour to
put his name out there,
his profile a little bit. Although I think he's had a decent career, not a huge career obviously at Man United, but he won promotion with Blackpool.
You know, he actually played against South Melbourne, the local iconic team here in the 2000 World Club Championship.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
fantastic.
More recently with Perry last season. Born in the United States, English mum, an American father. But you're right, at 36, and mind you, at a time when Thomas Sorensen, one of the great goalkeepers who was on the books of Melbourne City for 2 years, announced his retirement.
Just yesterday, I believe.
Yeah. So maybe the timing from Paul is pretty handy.
Yeah.
Blackmore to Fortune. Gray. Cleverly left now for Poborski. Look at the tight control by Poborski, but the weight of numbers are always going to assist Liverpool, and they get out of what was looming to be a tight situation. McManaman. Saw some videos of Steve McManaman at the luncheon today. It was great to reflect back on some of the magic moments of both of these clubs.
He was an exciting player, definitely. Exciting to watch.
Well, there's no doubt Lewis Garcia is one of the fittest players out there, and Wes Brown reading it ever so well. Denny Harmer was trying to sneak in behind that defence, Kromkamp rather. And that is a beautiful touch.
Fantastic ball, just doesn't have any support.
Poborski has found Gray. There's only 3 Man U players up there at the moment. Gray. Cleverson to Saha. Blackmore's unmarked to the far left. Will it go that way? Gray was thinking about it. Now it finds Blackmore. who has come the closest to breaking this 0-0 stalemate here in Melbourne. Eric Jemba.
Good run.
It's a good build-up. Keeping good possession.
Here we go, here's a chance.
Yeah, this is what we require.
Yeah.
The shot!
Saha gave himself a couple of yards just to get his shot off.
He'll be disappointed.
He will be disappointed. He probably could have wrapped his foot around that, but he was still tightly marked, but just gave himself just that little bit of space to get his shot off, and it went over the bar. That was a very good build-up.
Well, Man U have had two very, very good chances. One was saved, one was over the bar, as we just saw seconds ago.
Yes, they have. They seem to be playing a little bit more of a patient game, even in their front third. They're happy to keep possession and try and find those openings.
There's one player who tends to ignite the team is Jemma and Clemerson as well. Number 19 and 15, you've seen it, a fair bit of them in this game so far. Now Blackmore's been very, very good and onside.
Fantastic ball in there, just
well, Liverpool,
slightly.
Yeah, they were expecting the offside flag, but when the ball was played,
yeah, it was a great timing of a pass and a good run as well. They just lacked that control.
Aurelio intercepts for McManaman, and look at Berger. He should take it.
Here we go, 3-on-3.
He plays it smartly to Garcia. Did he harm in overlapping? And the weighted numbers favouring Manchester United in that defence.
You see, Andy, the two contrasting styles. Man U seem to play this patient, a little bit more possession style game, whereas Liverpool are looking for that counter-attack and trying to get it into the box as quick as they can for Heskey, which worked ever so well for them over the years.
Now, I mentioned earlier about David James, fourth in all-time appearances in the Premiership. Let's not forget Heskey, he's number 6.
Yeah, he played many games, but he'd had a distinguished career at Leicester prior to moving to Liverpool, and
Leicester born.
Yeah, Leicester born, his hometown. I'm not sure how many games he played for Leicester, but he certainly
for 6 years
made a name for himself there as a youngster as well.
154 Premiership games there at Leicester, 40 goals. Good return. There he is, chesting down for McManaman. Patrick Berger. Good sliding pass for Garcia, who's trying to open up the angle, and again, the Man United defence has stood firm.
Yeah, they've definitely brought the numbers back.
Berger. No room for him there, but luckily it deflects back for Haman, whose cheeky little chip for Garcia.
Well defended.
It looked like Quentin Fortune.
Quentin Fortune, yeah.
Back there, playing the last man of defence.
Read that ball well, Quentin. It's a good switch.
It is. 30 minutes in, that elusive goal. Where will it come from? Who will break through? And mind you, if it is equal at the end of the game, level I should say, we will have a penalty shootout.
Yeah, they've cut the extra time out, Andy. I don't think they can handle the extra half an hour, so they go straight into penalties. Here's a chance, offside.
Offside.
Yeah, Lee Martin offside.
Well, hasn't Blackmore been one of the busiest players, the number 23 for Manchester United?
No, he has been, and he's probably one of the older players on the tour. He obviously loves his football that much. You see him just wanting the ball all the time, and he's, like you said, he's the most liveliest
Yep, 43 years of age, the pro golfer. He's trying to get his ticket for the senior tour, I'm led to believe, and a few of the boys have had the opportunity to play some golf in Adelaide and Melbourne.
Yes. What a fantastic way to live your life, a footballer up until a certain age and then a pro golfer.
I was actually talking to Luis Garcia walking into the ground today. He loves his golf.
Yeah.
He's going to try and play golf tomorrow before he flies back home.
Oh, fantastic.
I saw Luis Garcia, Vladimir Smits and Didi Hamann earlier this year on a talking tour, and when they recount that magic night in Istanbul in 2005, you don't have to be a Liverpool fan to appreciate the significance of that moment.
No, definitely. I think that that kind of changed the mould for English clubs in Europe. It was certainly a night that I remember. I was based in the UK when that happened, so there was a lot of hysteria over that game.
Isn't there two Champions League games that stand out involving these teams? 99, Man U in Barcelona.
No, that's right, exactly. They were 2-1 down with a couple of minutes to go. Teddy Sheringham and who was it? The baby face.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
That's it. Popped up and won it.
Blackmore. Great control. Saha.
Knocking it around well.
Poborski. Not tempted to shoot from distance.
Looking for an angle.
And saved by James Blackmore.
Oh.
Side netting.
Fantastic. James, although it was a good save, he may be a little bit disappointed he didn't knock that out wide. He but got up smartly to cover that second shot.
Well, the initial shot blocked, and then Blackmore, there was space for him. Saha turning well again, as he has done a couple of times already in this game. So on chances alone, you'd say that Man United would be firstly disappointed, and secondly, for the football purists here tonight and wherever you're watching, they should be leading. And now McManaman has played.
Definitely. Andy, on clear-cut chances, definitely. I mean, Liverpool have had some half chances, some good build-up, some good counter-attacking, but certainly Manchester United would be going into half-time break probably happier of the two teams.
Just to pull that down the way he did. That's incredible work by Jemba. Wes Brown and his partner in crime in the centre of the defence, Ronnie Johnson, haven't had too much work to do, which is a very, very positive sign for Manchester United. Gray. Saha's inside. The former French international. He tried to feed Karel Poborski. James was always looking for Berger. Didn't panic with the clearance. Armin. Now Garcia. You alluded to the quick counter-attack earlier, Stephen. We're seeing another one here. Kronkam.
They got a few extra numbers in the box this time. Unlucky there not to find his target. Kronkam.
Can Man United counter-attack? Well, Jemba wants it on the far left. It should have come. He was free and he had at least 20 metres without a Liverpool player near him. And he's done extremely well to keep that in. He goes deep. Fabio Aurelio playing it safe, heading it away, because right behind him was Louis Saha. Ronnie Johnson. Can Man U get this breakthrough goal before the break? Plenty of time for Johnson. And equally the same for Poborski. Jemba's got Fortune with him.
Oh, some good skills there by Fortune. Probably in slow motion though, Andy, but he still keeps possession.
He's a great character. He really is. Yeah. I mean, we've been fortunate enough to meet pretty much all the players, and there's some personalities amongst this group, and Fortune right up there.
Yeah. Still loving his football.
Louis Saha. Oh, there's 3 players next to it. James,
Fantastic save again.
Wonderful save. And again, the ball comes in by Fortune, and cleaning up at the back was Kwame.
Another excellent save by David James, but again, it's your man, Louis Saha. The trademark drop of the shoulder, turn and strike.
Saha has had a shot over the bar in the 27th minute, and the 34th, a shot saved, the rebound by Blackmore into the side netting, and then that wonderful save by James in the 38th. So they should be up by a couple of goals. That's not the case.
No, it's only the athleticism of David James that's kept the scoreline at 0-0.
One for Brown to chase. And again, it's all about your positioning as that last line of defence. Garcia was looming. There won't be too much more to be played in this first half. Saha.
The format, Andy, of the Masters Tours is 40 minutes per half.
Yeah, and there's not much time left for these players, just under a minute.
That's right. Obviously, the obvious reasons for only playing 40 minutes. Watching the football out here, we've seen some quality football. Sometimes you forget the age of some of these players.
Eski, there's no hope of him getting there, and Garcia put his hand up as if to say, look, I'm really sorry, I just put too much on that pass. But I'd say if you're a Man United fan at the moment, you'd be very happy on what you're seeing from your team. Liverpool, they've looked lively with the quick counter-attacks. It's just that final third, the execution in that final third.
Yeah, look, I think it's a difficult game plan to play, the quick counter-attack. And there's a whistle for half-time. The quick counter-attacking style of game in a Masters Tour is probably a little bit difficult to maintain, but they did look dangerous at times, but I think you're right, Manchester United come off that first half probably the better of the two. Certainly had the more clear-cut chances, and James has been the busier of the two goalkeepers.
He certainly has, and it's been lively.